Okay, so I'm thinking of another play with the octopus, showing the move of the octopus that the family made, coming from the east ocean to on the rail to the west to Victoria and staying there for a generation, and then coming to the north, of Ontario in the east again, in a kind of a zigzag shape that they show sometimes. The Chinese, when I talk to them about it, they talked about two people jumping a wall. Like that. Because Toronto is sort of a wall, thank goodness. To keep big people to the south. And let the little people have a little bit of space, like the Eskimo. Those are the little people that can dream of the Eskimo dream. And then you can picture the family raising their children, their octopus children, the master cast, giants. They're massive organizations of thousands of people. Many, master abilities that can organize and reorganize and recruit and really hold power. Really big. And in the family they are raising a blind. A little child. And even though they have traveled that zigzag, the little child is in the backyard of the north, just like it's a tiny creature. Just a little person. And then when they are growing older and older and haven't received their children, they are, and because of the shape of the family, the master casts are like a crocodiles, and the Canadian cast is like a porcupine, or like a crocodile might beget something like a turtle, and a lion or a big cat might produce a porcupine, something that prevent the bite and allows is always thinking about other creatures' reproductions. Like that. We got to make a path, and that creature is always thinking about that, always thinking, make a way for reproduction, make a way for us to have children. But it's only later that that person realized that it's from Lake Superior that looks just like us, just like the Canadian cast, and all the way to the Hudson. That's babies and igloos, and that's the answer. We had looked all around the world. And it's right to the north of us. It's so easy. Maybe, except for travel there is very risky. The cold is very much. And that person is trying to make a zigzag shape with multinational people. To make they will never have so much that training from childhood and even organizationally from before childhood that is master level or octopus level. But they might be able to form a fast, powerful organization of people, multinational, using the global index, of functions. So we can call upon things very fast and learn to research, and learn to get the right answer, like that, and drive north. So that's the zigzag. It's like that, over the lands that have been harnessed to the point of something like a certain type of muteness. They might call it a certain type of training, where something is trained, it never loses its backpack, it never has a revolution, it never there's the wildness is like it's on a paved road and a little sidewalk, and it never goes outside of the sponsorship region. The communication layers are like that. And then the Canadian cast person is attempting to have children in that environment, and it's freezing. And then imagine we have the octopus like that with its limbs and its reaching into the Canadian little communities, wherever the porcupine is. And somehow the porcupine has to be able to maybe bite back very gently that octopus, so that it doesn't come into our recruiting every person we're meeting and causing us to do without, even when it's our own day. Even in the middle, it'll be like your own like a period of history is the 2020 period for Canada. And having the octopus mastercast, which is a very European type of thing, dominating that, is very welcome for them to be providing services, and not too great for my own sister. It would be to play that role. Not that great for that person to be like making the determination of each decision. If something goes up or down, it's called leading by the profits, where the money is giving success, and then the people say that's successful. Okay, and they do it, more. And she applies it to things that the master caste think of, okay, that the master caste benefit from. That's her. And the Canadian caste are, they really suffer. Okay, the Canadian caste, we have in Canada a massive amount of things like legislation and a habit of community and the nature of some of our retail organization of it has a depth of organization in a master caste way. It is organized by a master caste person, like for maybe more than a century, and it's persons, we could say many, okay, and they have thought of it and put it in place and excluded all the other things and excluded all the people who were thinking of other things and put out all the people who would have used those other things and made them themselves. There is like a huge space of attrition, okay, that is supposed to be full of Canadian caste people, not just Jewish people. That's like this happened. It's like a picture. The Jewish people happened in the 19th century. Something about the century 50 million people left. Okay, something about the century 19, okay, a massive amount of people, okay, were put under the thumb of master caste people, okay, and they never got their dreams. They did not have their children. They did not reach their igloo. They did not, make their giant futures and build for their children. When they had their children, somebody who had control of the scheduling of people, a master caste person, made it so they never met again. Okay, even their lives are really like made for each other or important together or have big dreams. Somehow a master caste person found a profitable path in some other way, and also more profitable for them to put their brother at a lower interest level for the brother's children, okay, so that gives a higher amount of the brother's day to the master caste person, okay, for what appears to be free. Just that you need to make that one wrong, okay, or like that. It's devastating. Massive amounts of it. Like just a millennium of it. We can use the word millennium. We have thousands of years. We can look and say that's definitely Egypt. Okay, the person is gypped. Okay, the person is sore and mad and hot over it, and they've been stuck for a lot of years and walked a lot of miles. Okay, to get far away from it, and now it's time to go to Canada's north where it's cool. And that similar person with a lot of evolution, a lot of social development, and okay, it's a much better recipe. They must have solved 10 question for every country. So that's 300 questions of society and nature and the character of man. Okay, that's a much better environment maybe. Okay, the level is higher. They showed us a picture of that. Okay, from thousands of years ago, they've been saving that, just like they would save if you had a family member and that person was special to the family. They might hire another family to make a picture like that, or the other family, maybe they really respect that person and they made somebody like that, and next generation and the generation after, they can look and say that person is living the same day like that. Okay, they had the same type of food, they had the same type of name, they had the same type of job. Okay, they read the same type of book the same type of way, like that. That person is thinking those thoughts. You want to ask that person a question? You can ask that person. Okay, like that. Okay, they showed us that from thousands of years ago, and it's not that far. Okay, it's not that far from what we see just every day. Okay, but it's far enough. Okay, we can see it's a distance. So that's something. And Canada's like that. Okay, it's like a day like that. We're building to the north. and it's a big day, and we would like to be making really a big, somehow big building, but it's the little person, the Canadian cast of person, used for training, really yearning for children, okay, and the sunshine is in front of them, and they, today, 2020, maybe, looking in front of us, we might be able to make a day for them. Marty Holmes, Sturgio, Ontario. It is January 26, 2018, +1.